Hi, I'm David Pratt. I'm the Director of Community and Business Development here at the Myton Hospices. At Myton, we care for people who are living with a terminal illness as they approach the end of their life. We also care for their families and friends, and we believe that everyone is an individual and should be treated that way, and that's the way we've been working for nearly 40 years now. You might have seen us in recent years at Warwickshire Pride, and that's because we've been reaching out to lots of different communities, including the LGBT community, to try to help people understand and be more aware that Myton Hospice is there for them and the people that matter to them. In a moment, you'll hear from Calvin, one of our trustees, about how we looked after him and his husband Clive when Clive sadly became ill a few years ago. But for now, I want to wish you on behalf of everyone at Myton a very happy Warwickshire Pride 2021, and we look forward to being with you in person again next year, all being well. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelvin Beer-Jones and I'm a trustee at Myton Hospice. Yes, that's right. Progressive rock largely sort of started here in the Midlands in 1966 through to 69, and Clive was in a pioneering rock band at the time called Black Widow, and they had some notoriety and fame. They've never been played on the BBC. They've always been banned, and that's still their claim to fame. And they had considerable success to start with. And then a US tour collapsed in 1969, and the management company formed a replacement band called Black Sabbath, and the rest of that story, I suppose, is history. But right up to the end, even during Clive's last days in Myton, members of Black Sabbath and Black Widow were visiting him regularly in the hospice, and partying along as much as they could. Clive was an inspiration to me. He was not only the great love of my life, he was very brave during the early days in the 1970s when life for gay people was quite difficult. In actually being out there as an openly gay artist and coping with all of the challenges and issues that would go along with that. So when I met Clive, and I was myself working in the oil and gas industry on some major energy projects and working in some very difficult and challenging places around the world, it was an inspiration to me to myself be openly gay, particularly, for instance, when I was working in Iran, in Qatar, in Pakistan, and in India. And that was a wonderful thing to actually, to be in a privileged position where you can represent everything that you've tried to do for the last 30 or 40 years out in real life. Yeah, that's so. I suppose because Clive was used to working on film and television, and I got used to doing that in my job in the oil and gas industry. We were, I suppose, naturals to be approached to promote civil partnerships at first, and we had the first male civil partnership here in Rugby at Brownsover Hall. And then little did we realise that only a few months later it would be possible to get married. And campaigning as we were, we fought hard to have our right to get married. But that became difficult because of Clive's terminal illness and the time that we were spending in and out of hospitals. And right up to the very end, we were fighting for this right to marry, and we were ready to get married Warwick Hospital towards the last days of Clive's life. But unfortunately, Clive died 2 days before the legal sanction allowed us to do that. But our sort of only consolation is that Nick Bowles, who was the minister at the time, mentioned Clive and myself in the House when he announced the legislation. So at least there's a record in Hansard saying that, you know, Clive and Kelvin didn't make their marriage that they wanted to have, but this House recognises that they're married in all but name. I think there's something quite sort of special about my generation. We are the generation of gay men who began our lives criminalised just because of who we were. And for many of us, we were estranged from our families and we found it difficult to make friends. And so for a lot of us, we lead very solitary lives. And although Clive and I were quite popular at work and we had good relationships with our family, nonetheless, we led very private lives. So when Clive became ill, I quickly fell into the role of becoming sole carer for Clive. And Clive was ill for a long time, nearly 4 years. And gradually, this wore me down. It didn't wear Clive down, but it wore me down. And Clive was, I think, loving enough to know that one day when we were coming to St. Cross Hospital in Rugby to do a blood test, we were driving past Myton and Clive just said, "Turn in," and he did. And we got out of the car and we almost staggered into the hospice, and we were immediately embraced by the staff and just loved and just felt to be welcomed, and we knew that we'd found help. Yeah, that's right. The band was called the Mugshots, and they're still going, and they were huge fans of Clive. Clive worked a lot with young musicians all around the world, and his last album for Black Widow was made with contributions from Italy, the Netherlands, Germany, and the United States. And right at the very end, he wanted to keep working, and we did. And Clive's last recording was a cover of Madonna's Frozen. And the band flew in the last week of Clive's life, and they were playing rushes together of the video and editing it actually in the suite that we occupied at Myton Hospice. And it's worth mentioning that, you know, the accommodation at Myton is so lovely and welcoming. Clive had his own balcony. He had a garden view. He had a table out there that he could sit and talk to other musicians. And Tony Martin from Black Sabbath came for a visit. So Mugshots came there working. And the whole experience of Clive's last week was almost business as usual for him, although he was, you know, struggling towards the end of his life.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Hello and happy Pride. Welcome to Spa Sisters. Spa Sisters is an LGBTQ group for women in Warwickshire and surrounding areas. You can find us on Facebook at Spa Sisters Leamington, or you can email us at spasisterswarwickshire@gmail.com. Come and have a look at the Facebook page and have a look at some of the activities that members have posted and maybe you'd like to get involved too. Recently, we were invited to take over Warwickshire Pride's Facebook page and other social media. So we canvassed our members and asked them a range of questions. One of the questions we asked our members, of which we've currently got about 122, is saying, what does being part of Spa Sisters mean to you? And the top two answers were, I feel more connected and I've made friends. We also asked our members, what's the most fabulous thing for you about being a lesbian, bi, trans woman? Some of the answers included, it's just part of who I am and not something that I have to hide, unlike when I first came out 35 years ago. Others said, just being able to just be the real me, being myself. Or being the very best version of me. I'm out, I'm proud, and I'm happy in my lesbian skin. So, if you want to come and find out what Spa Sisters does, or the way that we can help, support, or just improve your social life, come and look at the Facebook page, join in, post an event, come and get people to join you, come and get connected, and we look forward to meeting you. Happy Pride!
Hi, I'm Richard Dobbs, Corporate Director at North Warwickshire Borough Council. I can't believe that it's been 12 months since last year's Pride Festival, and it's a shame that events have meant that it's had to move online again for a second year. But I'm sure it'll be a brilliant day, and hopefully this time next year it'll be back as a live event, bigger and better than ever. Pride's message of inclusivity and equality is more important now than it's ever been, and that's a message that everybody at North Warwickshire is proud to support and to get behind. And on behalf of the residents, businesses, staff and councillors at North Warwickshire, I'd like to thank the organisers of this year's event for all the hard work that they've put in, and to wish everybody good luck with the festival, and hope that everyone taking part has a great time.
Well, can I say hello to everyone enjoying Warwickshire Pride 2021. Thank you so much for listening in. I'd like to first thank Dan Brown, the irrepressible Dan Brown, for all he does at Warwickshire Pride as Pride Chair. He's a dedicated campaigner and a brilliant organiser, and none of this would have been possible without him. But of course he relies on a huge number of wonderful volunteers who assist with the organisation and pulling it all together. Although we cannot be here all together to celebrate this year as had been hoped, you are still in line for a thrilling online show, I have no doubt. Pride, of course, is a time to remember the events at the Stonewall Tavern in New York City on the 28th of June 1969, when the LGBT+ community, led by Black and Latino trans women, fought back against relentless police brutality and stigmatization. The riots that ensued are widely considered a watershed moment that transformed the gay liberation movement and the 20th century fight for LGBT rights in the United States. But their symbolic importance is felt around the world. I'm here outside the Leamington Spa pub rooms, which often held LGBT+ events as far back as the early 1980s. They would attract people from across Warwickshire and beyond, giving Leamington Spa a reputation of being one of the more welcoming and progressive places in the country for LGBT+ people. The constituency of Warwick and Leamington has a more vibrant LGBTQ+ history than most people realise. Warwick Pride was set up in 1973 by students at the university and was then known as the Gay Liberation Front. And I'm aware that the Antelope pub in Warwick, which is unfortunately now closed, was a renowned and welcoming gay venue throughout the 90s and until 1999, when new owners sought to change that image. Other important sites for the community included the Shakespeare on George Street, the Talbot, also known as Hector's on Rushmore Street, Hinton's on Bedford Street, and the Bath Place Community Venture. They provided safe spaces for the community to meet and organise when other places would not. It was Then, of course, the first Warwickshire Pride that took place in 2013, which seems like an age ago. More than 2,000 people attended that, but many, many more have attended since as the event continues to grow. I'm looking forward to celebrating the proud LGBT plus history of this region at future Pride events with Warwickshire residents when the virus is under control. It is usually such a fun weekend for everybody involved, with singing, dancing, colour and of course critical reflection. During my time as MP, I have stood with the community on many issues, but I have been asked to restrict my comments of this speech to just the last 12 months. It goes without saying that I will use my platform to speak out for those here in Warwick and Leamington, in Warwickshire and across the UK and around the world who are judged or demonised purely because of who they are. So much still needs to be done. You may be aware that I was the only Member of Parliament in Warwickshire to unconditionally back a ban on conversion therapy in this country after responding to questions from Warwickshire Pride. Having sent 2 letters to the Equalities Minister, Kemi Badenoch, I had long been pledged my support to ending such a barbaric and traumatising practice, which causes lifelong damage to those it seeks to cure. I'm glad to see a ban is in the pipeline and that the government has finally acted. But firm dates are still yet to be set for planned consultation to begin before the law changes come into force. So we must keep up the pressure on the government to act quickly. In the past 4 months, since becoming the Shadow Universities Minister, I initiated a campaign to prevent gender-based violence and hate crimes on campus. We are working to push the government into measures to protect those vulnerable to these crimes, often members of the LGBTQ+ community. We need to boost mental health support, improve reporting procedures, and create legal recourse to treat violence against trans people, the wider LGBT+ community, or women as discrimination on a systemic level rather than as individual grievance. This will involve empowering institutions to use the Equality Act to bring perpetrators to justice, with too many cases being swept under the carpet because universities are too concerned by reputational damage or students don't feel they will be helped and protected if they come forward. Labour is the party that repealed Section 28, creating the Equality Act and civil partnerships. But there is still so much to be done to combat hate, and Labour needs to be in government to do that. Sadly, this government is equivocal in any support it gives to marginalised groups. It does not want to listen to the debate about black and minority ethnic people, demonising the intersectional movement of Black Lives Matter. It has attacked organisations that support the rights of trans people, as well as individuals and trans people themselves who are subject to the same normalised abuse and discrimination many other members of the LGBT+ community suffered decades ago until progress was achieved. Government ministers, right-wing tabloid columnists and media personalities are advocating a return to the simple binaries that obscure so many identities and cause so much pain for those who are unable to be themselves. At the same time, the government is cutting funding to the organisations and youth centres that support and protect the most vulnerable members of the LGBT+ community and the mental health support on which so many rely. The pandemic has been hard on all of us, but some more than others, including the LGBTQ+ people. And in the worst case scenario, it has trapped people at home with trans or homophobic families away from the support of the community. It is well known that rates of mental health problems are far higher in the LGBT community, particularly amongst trans people. The pandemic has been a disaster for these people who rely on contact with those who understand them and with mental health support services. The LGBT+ community still suffers as a result of significant health inequalities, including lack of access to healthcare and a greater likelihood of homelessness, which have been exacerbated since the pandemic hit. In May 2020, a report by Outright Action International at the height of the first wave of COVID-19 warned that the LGBTQ+ community was likely to be disproportionately affected, particularly those living in countries where stigma, discrimination and criminalisation of same-sex relations or transgender identities prevail. In the spirit of intersectionality, those in our predominantly white, Western, LGBT plus communities should spare a thought for those in Uganda, Nigeria, or places in the Middle East, where being themselves, let alone celebrating their identity in the streets, as we sought to do this weekend, can be met with life imprisonment or violence. So there is still much to be done, but progress is being made. Once more, I want to thank you for attending this wonderful historic event. I hope next year we can finally celebrate together.
Oh hi, it's me, the one and only Sassy Africa. Hello to you, Warwickshire Pride. Here is one life just for you. Welcome to this beautiful time. You've got to make the most of this land. When you want to get one chance, so do not waste the chance that is gone. Choose the way before you turn, or you will regret a little bit hard. Surround yourself with good your friends. Don't question what the reason is why. You've only got one life, so make the most of it now. You've only got one life, so take the chance and live it now. Opportunity comes your way, so make the most of it every day. It may not always go your way, but how you cope is just the same. You've only got one life, so make the most of it now. You've only got one life, so take the chance and live it now. You've only got one life, so make the most of it now. You've only got one life, so take the chance and live it now. You've only got one life, so make the most of it now. You've only got one life, so take the chance and live it now. You've only got one life, so make the most of it now. You've only got one life, so take the chance and live it now. You've only got one life, so make the most of it now. You've only got one life, so take the chance and live it now. Thank you. See you soon. Right, that was one life. So, This next number is called Move Your Body. Before I go into this number, as you can see, I write my own stuff. But all my music goes towards Warwickshire Pride, which is dear to my heart. Move Your Body was a track that was written for Eurovision in 2017. Unfortunately, that did not submit. So I'm going to perform it for you today. Here is Move Your Body. Move your body, 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 move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body. Move your body. Move your body. Move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body. I drag it. I drag it. Body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body all around, and then you just let your beauty touch the ground. You got it. Move your body. 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 Oh, I'm back again. I just had a bit of an outfit change. I hope you like it. Pink. Okay. This next number is another one of my own. It's called Pink to Make the Boys Swing. And honey, pink to make the boys wink. Pink to make the boys wink. They stand there and stare. I need it. I want it. Come and have it. You know I want it. Pink to make the boys wink. Pink to make the boys weep. Pink to make the boys weep. Pink to make the boys weep. Sassy bits of laughter. She growls as she stalks. She needs it. She wants it. Come here. You know she wants it. Pink to make the boys weep. 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 Come and have me. It's not what it takes. I need it. I want it. Come and have it. You know I want it. The boys make me weep. I want them to sing. They need it. I want it. Come and have it. You know I want it. Pink to make the boys weep. 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 Thank you. That was Pink to make the boys weep.
Go.
Oh hi, I'm back again. Well, you got my lovely room, eh? You like my sign? I bet you do. You love what I'm wearing. It's fabulous, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed my Pink to make the boys weep number. I definitely did. Right, this next number is another one of my own. I know, where's this discipline never wants to shut her mouth, hey? This next number is nearest to my heart. Because it focuses on my ability more than my disability. So this number is called ability. Thank you.
Entonces dime, baby girl, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Tengo la suite presidencial, pagan el hotel. Desde el balcón con la vista a la Torre Eiffel. Juntando nuestro cuerpo hasta el amanecer. Hacerte cosas que a ti nunca te iban a hacer. Llevarte a lugares que tú no pensaste ver. Entonces date prisa, quítate la camisa. It's me and you so high like we in the visa. Entonces dime, baby girl, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Tengo la suite presidencial, pagan el hotel. Desde el balcón con la vista a la Torre Eiffel. Juntando nuestro cuerpo hasta el amanecer. Hacerte cosas que a ti nunca te iban a hacer. Llevarte a lugares que tú no pensaste ver. Entonces date prisa, quítate la camisa. It's me and you so high like we in the visa. Entonces dime, baby girl, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Tengo la suite presidencial, págame el hotel.
I am strong. I am confident. I am my own. I am me. Ability is my ability. Ability is your ability. Achieve it. Achieve dreams. Ability is my ability. Come on. I want to sing on the dance floor with me. You are strong. You are confident. You are your own. You are you. Ability is my ability. Ability is your ability. Achieve it. Achieve dreams. Ability is my ability. Come on. Believe in me. Believe in you. Believe in ability. Come on. If you see and check your beauty. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that number. That was ability. And remember, people, always focus on your ability to achieve dreams. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that number. I definitely did, because that was dear to my heart about focusing on my ability. Before I go into this next number, I'm going to tell you something a little bit serious right now. This is what pride means to me. Pride means freedom, love, respect, diversity, and equality, freedom, and support. We all need to support each other every day, not just once a month, not just once a year, but every single day. And that's what's really important. To me, I don't just focus on music or performing. I help one pride groups, that's us, the parents group, hobby social, youth group, disability group. That's really important to me, which I really love doing. So, shall we go into the next number now? This number is called The Beat. Give me what I need and rise with me. Give me what I need and why to the beat. Give me what I need and why to the beat. Give me what I need and why to the beat. 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 Give me what I need and why to the beat. Give me what I need and why to the beat. The beat. The beat. The beat. The beat. Thank you. Oof. Oh, darlings, I felt a bit oof after that with the beat. Wait, this next number, oh, I feel a bit, you know, naughty. Oh, and Sassy's always a bit naughty. This next number is called Power Bottom. Power, 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 power. I am a Hamilton. I am a Hamilton. I am a Hamilton. I take it like a grown hammer. Power bottom, 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 power bottom. Power bottom, power bottom, power bottom, power bottom. make it like a choir so. Power burning, 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 power burning. Thank you. Oh, honeys, after that, I saw you were feeling a bit hot and bothered after that, but I tell ya, oh, right, we are almost nearly coming to the end. Almost. This next song is another one of my own, and it's off my debut album called Shopaholic, and this one is called Attraction.
I want the attraction when I love. I want you to want me cause I want your love.
Hey there. When I first saw you standing there, I didn't know which way to turn. You made me touch myself all over, and you want me to bend. Oh. You looked to me, I taught you all night. Just met you at the club. I wanted your attraction. You saw me, I saw you. You want me, I want you. You saw me, I saw you. You want me, I want you. Oh.
I want the attraction when I love. I want you to want me cause I want your love.
Baby, I want the attraction when I love.
I want you to want me cause I want your love.
Baby, your attraction was all I wanted, but then I got your love. All happened at the club. Your attraction, I have not. Mwah! Bye-bye. Oh. Yeah. You ready? Let's raise it. Let's raise it. Walking down the street, you know we should be fine, but terrified they feel. Why aren't they be kind? Love is not the crime. Hold us with who you like. Shout it out, beat us down. This is who we are. Raise your rainbow, oh oh. 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 marching through your town, with pride and by your side. Be confident and spread the love, it makes you feel so high. Freedom, yes, we all deserve it, don't get all the chance. But march with pride, and one day, yes, we all enjoy the ride. Uh-oh. 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 Some not be but should be. We think of them today. We hear with pride, we hear with sight, we want them here, okay. Raise it up, and shout it loud with pride. Woo! Come on, let's. Wait till Raymer, 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 uh-oh. 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 We gotta help them. We gotta help them. We gotta raise it, raise it. We gotta raise it up. Raise the waiver, 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 You know what to do now. I wanna see you on the dance floor. I wanna see you raise your rainbow. Woo! Come on!
Hello, it's me again, Dan, Chair of Trustees at Warwickshire Pride. First of all, well done if you've made it through the last 10, 11 hours or however long it's been for today's Warwickshire Pride online. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're really keen to hear about the highlights for you of today. So pop them below in the comments or send us an email, info@warwickshirepride.co.uk. Let us know what you enjoyed about Warwickshire Pride online today. So there's been lots of performances, entertainment, talks, webinars, all sorts of stuff going on for your entertainment and your enjoyment. And we hope that you're able to take something positive away from today. Thank you so much to everybody who submitted a video and, donated their times and their talents to help us put on this online Pride on an absolute shoestring budget. But everyone clubbed together and just did it to support Pride and our message and what we're trying to achieve. So thank you very much. So that's it for Warwickshire Pride for another year. Of course, our work continues all year round for our support services, our social groups, and other events that pop up now and again. Do head to our website, warwickshirepride.co.uk, and we have a calendar page on there that has listings of everything that we do as an organisation. There's loads on there that you can get involved in. Again, don't forget to donate to us if you can. We're a small charity doing mighty things and really benefit from the kindness of donations that come in from the community and the wider public. There are also volunteering opportunities. If you felt inspired by today and thought, right, I want to get involved in that charity and help their work and support the community, then again, head to our website, warwickshirepride.co.uk. You'll find a volunteer page on there. Send us an application, get involved, do your bit for Pride. So I'm going to go quiet again now. It's been a long day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I hope you've enjoyed it. And fingers crossed that in 2022, we'll be back at the Punt Room Gardens in Leamington Spa for a big, fabulous Pride in what will be our 10th year. Until then, take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.